Okay, here we go, going for UFC 71, coming up here this Saturday night. I'm expecting to see quite a few upsets coming up, a lot on the undercard, so we'll start right there. Wilson Gouveia going up against Carmelo Marrero there. Marrero is the favorite. I expect to see Gouveia take this submission, rear naked choke, perhaps an arm bar, but I see Gouveia taking this in an upset. Dean Thomas has been around for a while, but I don't know. I think he's had his best years behind him, and Jeremy Stephens, an unknown, coming up here. I expect Dean Thomas being TKO'd here, probably end of round one, maybe early round two, but I expect Stephens 8-1 with 6 KOs here. He will, I believe, TKO here, Dean Thomas here. Sean Salmon, after getting the cobwebs out of his head there from Rashad Evans here, with a ridiculous kick out the ship, just his head almost flew off his neck. I expect to see him with some revenge here, and Eric Schaefer will be at the end of that revenge. It's going to be, I think, a ground match here, but I expect to see a Kimura or armbar submission coming from Salmon. Next fight down the list here, James Irvin here, which has been known, for that knee to the head there of Terry Martin there, going back a few years ago. Good fighter, but he sometimes cannot be so hot. I expect to see Thiago Silva, which is virtually, not too many people know him here in the U.S., but he's a very good fighter. 7 KOs out of 9 fights, not without a loss. I expect to see TKO coming out from Silva round 2. He's coming out of the shootbox camp. I expect to see some strong fighting coming out of him. All right, on the main card here, Chris Lieben against Caleb Starnes. I expect probably just a 3-round, I don't know. Nothing much here. I think Lieben will take it, but it's going to be kind of boring. It's going to be like Lieben Fioravante, which was a kind of a boring fight, and unanimous decision going to be going for Lieben. Keith Jardine against here, Houston Alexander. Houston Alexander, not a bad fighter, kind of an unknown, but Jardine coming off a big win on Forrest Griffin. I expect to see that again. Jardine TKO, or just knocking his ass out, end of round 1. I expect to see that. Karo Parisian, very good fighter, judo master, going up against Josh Berkman. I expect to see Parisian just elbow his face off going into the second round there. I don't expect it to go much more than 2 rounds. Again, it's going to be, I think, just a couple gashes on Berkman's head, and he's just going to be, looking to get the hell out of there. Parisian, I think, is just too good for him. Ivan Salivary versus Terry Martin. I like both of these guys. Both of them, I would prefer, these guys not fight, because I do like them both. But Ivan Salivary, the guy is just very versatile. He's a master in all different types of MMA, and I expect, his game is a lot more rounded than Terry Martin. I expect to see a submission coming from Salivary, probably some type of a choke, maybe like a guillotine choke, or something like that. But I think a choke is going to be coming. The main event, Chuck Liddell against Rampage Jackson here. This is the only fight, and the only person that Liddell has not beaten on his comeback trail, but I believe he will take this in a TKO. It's going to be round 1. These guys are going to be just throwing here big time for the first round, and it's going to be nuts. Whoever lands first, I think, is just going to get knocked the hell out here. So I think you're going to see Liddell landing it, and his striking, I think, is better. So he will be knocking out Quinton Jackson, and there may be a third fight coming in a year or so out of these two guys, but I'm picking Liddell in the main event. All right, so we'll see what happens here after Saturday night, and those are the picks. But look for the undercards. A lot of upsets there. I think you can make a few bucks there when the odds come out here shortly. So look for that. All right, take it easy. Later.